Well, good morning, everyone. This is Kristen Burke, and I am the national marketing coordinator here at Art Jitter and Company. And I want to welcome you to our final webinar of the Medicare Morning Jolt webinar series that we have been doing the last few weeks here. So I hope you found this very enjoyable. And this time, we will be talking about the complementary coverage. And I hope you have your cup of coffee. I sure do. It has been it's a cold start to the day, and we had a little bit of snow here in Omaha last night. So even though it's spring, I think Mother Nature still wants to hold on. So we'll go ahead and get started here. And I do want to say too that as we go through these different plans of complementary coverage, I feel that these are just as important as the other plans that we discussed in the previous webinars. So they definitely play a key role when you're working with your clients and getting the right coverage. So I just wanted to say too, before we get started, if you missed any of the previous webinars and recordings, let us know. We'll send that over to you. This webinar is also recorded, so we will send this to you as well for that you can reference back to that. I did not include any handouts today as we're talking more in a general sense, and but if you want some specific details on carriers and plans, let us know and we'd be happy to get that over to you. If you have any questions during the presentation, all the lines are muted, but you can definitely type questions into the question section on the webinar control panel. So also, we want your feedback. What did you think about this webinar series? Did you like it? What would you like to see and have us cover in the future? We are here for you to continue to increase it and make you very successful. So as you already are, but we want to continue that and we want to partner with you. So we want and encourage feedback from you at all times. So definitely let us know. So to recap briefly, what we've covered previously in this webinar series was traditional Medicare, which is the Part A and Part B of Medicare. We went over the basics of all of that. We then had a webinar that talked about Medicare supplement plans and prescription drug coverage. And then last week, we covered Medicare Advantage. So now we're going to get into some plans that work great with these types of products and the foundation really of what you're working with your clients day in and day out. The complementary products that we're going to be discussing today is the dental vision or the DBH plans, hospital indemnity plans, as well as cancer. So you might wonder, why should I be working in the market and helping clients with dental vision and hearing? I think there's a lot of people that don't realize that Medicare does not cover dental vision and hearing. I know that there's been numerous talks. There's currently a bill at the House that to propose adding dental vision and hearing into Medicare and providing that into Medicare, but that's still not the case today. I'm not sure if that will get passed. Like I said, it's not the first time that we've seen them trying to add in dental vision and hearing into Medicare. It just hasn't come about of anything. But so today, according to the Kaiser Family Foundation, 37 million Medicare beneficiaries have no dental coverage. So huge opportunity for you to work with individuals that are in Medicare and talk to them about that type of coverage. Also, Fair Health Consumer stated that the cost for a simple crown could cost as much as $2,000. And that's quite a bit of money when somebody's on a fixed income. So definitely take these things into consideration, as well as if you're not going to the doctor on a regular basis, that could lead to other poor health. Regular exams can provide insight to cancer as well as other health concerns. So it's very important for everyone to continue to go to their dentist on a regular basis, as well as getting vision and hearing exams. All you need to do is simply ask your client who is their dental coverage with, and let's review that plan. So really to start that conversation. Now again, looking at a general sense for dental, it is a guarantee issue plan, and the components that dental plans cover primarily are preventative services, meaning your routine exams, x-rays. If you need a filling or extraction, that would fall under the basic services. Then you might need, some more major services like a root canal or a crown. So there's different components of dental insurance, and some of the plans also cover implants. Now, this is all based off of carriers and plans, but they do, some of them do offer some coverage from an implants standpoint. You also need to make sure and be aware of if your client's dentist is currently in the network or if they're out of the network. Always looking at to see how strong of a network that carrier has is a key factor. I know that when somebody has been going to the dentist for many, many years, they want to make sure that they continue to go to that doctor. And so does that dentist fall into the network or is it out of the network? And if it is out of the network, what does that coverage look like? They also need to be aware of the deductibles and waiting periods for these types of services as well. Now, insurance companies have made it very easy for you to sign clients up for dental as well as vision. So they have enrollment platforms for the agents to utilize. They also have some consumer facing platforms, which is great because I've seen agents put the link for the enrollment platform for dental and vision right in their signature block or on their website, or they simply email that link to a consumer and they can sign up on their own. And it really just sells itself. Very simple, easy process. So looking at the vision, it is also guarantee issue, and the annual eye exam is usually covered right away with no waiting period. But if they are looking for any glasses or contacts, there may be a 6 or 12-month waiting period to get some benefits off of that. Sometimes too, the plans for vision as well as dental, they may vary in regards to the coverage percentage. So if you, maybe the first year it's going to cover 50% of the expenses, and then year 2 it would cover 60% and maybe 70% in the third year. And this is really the carrier's way of trying to keep that client with them and not drop that coverage, and it really helps with persistency in that block of business. From a vision standpoint, there are network providers as well, and the two common ones that we see are iMed and VSP. Now, you might have a client that needs some hearing coverage as well, so you want to go into a more inclusive type plan, which is like the dental, vision, and hearing. It combines all 3 of those coverages into one, sometimes referred to as DVH. So issue ages are typically 18 to 89. This is also guarantee issues, so no health questions. It's just tacking on hearing onto the plan as we had covered previously. So there could be deductibles up to $100, but it may vary by the carrier. The waiting periods may vary as well based on the service. And with the DVH, you may see up to $5,000 for an annual maximum benefit. So richer coverage there. Another nice feature with the DVH as well as some dental plans, if you have a client that has maybe a Medicare supplement with an existing carrier, and that carrier also offers a DVH plan or a dental plan, they may experience a premium discount on their dental coverage if they have another policy with that carrier. So some great advantages there from the dental, vision, and hearing. And again, just simply bringing it up, making sure that clients, as they get into Medicare, they're aware that Medicare is not going to cover dental, vision, and hearing, and they need to pick up an individual plan on their own. Another great product that I want to cover here today is the hospital indemnity plan. So this goes great with Medicare Advantage clients. In your typical Medicare Advantage sale, you may be talking with your client and they see that with their Medicare Advantage, it's a 0 premium plan. So they don't owe anything each month from a premium standpoint. So that sounds great. However, if they go to the doctor, they may have some co-payments that they would have to pay out of pocket, which is not really a problem. However, if they happen to be hospitalized and just have a Medicare Advantage plan, there's going to be a lot of out-of-pocket expenses that they're going to have to cover. And it's really hard if they are on a fixed income and they don't have a nice savings set up to cover those out-of-pocket expenses if they happen to be hospitalized. And that's the beautiful thing about a hospital indemnity plan, because that's going to fill the gaps in a Medicare Advantage plan. So it really takes that worry and out of, their day-to-day life in regards to needing to go to the doctor or a specialist, being hospitalized. That's going to give them great peace of mind. Another great thing with hospital indemnity plans, you can sell this coverage all year around. So right now, after AEP, you can talk to your clients and ask them how their experience is with their Medicare Advantage plan. And if they would like to pick up a policy like a hospital indemnity plan, that's going to fill those gaps in coverage. If you happen to talk to a client during AEP when they're applying for a Medicare Advantage plan, you'll just need to make sure you check the hospital indemnity on that scope of appointment prior to meeting with them and talking about the hospital indemnity plan. But this is a great product, as I mentioned, that you can sell all year around. So you really just need to go back and talk with them about what their coverage looks like for their Medicare Advantage and where those gaps are in coverage. I know some of the carriers have a worksheet too that gives you the ability to lay out and show the out-of-pocket expenses for a Medicare Advantage plan, and then you can tailor that hospital indemnity plan to fit your client's needs based on the plan in which they choose to go with. Hospital indemnity plans are also great with high deductible plans, so Medicare Advantage as well as somebody that has a high deductible plan. So it's great because it is an indemnity product, so it pays directly to the client. As I mentioned, the plans can really be customized to fit their needs with multiple daily benefit options. And we have a carrier that offers a guarantee issue window. So if you have somebody that is 64 and a half to 65 and a half, they don't have to go through the underwriting process when applying for a hospital indemnity plan. They just simply enroll. Hospital indemnity plans also typically cover observation stays, and kick in usually after 6 hours of being in the hospital. Now, one may think, I'm admitted to the hospital, I'm laying in a hospital bed, I'm seeing a doctor. However, when they get home, they realize I was coded as observation and not truly admitted into the hospital. So one way to avoid that is picking up a hospital indemnity plan that's going to cover observation. Another factor too, so that you stay ahead of it, is that their clients ask the question, or a loved one, they ask the question to the doctors each day, how is my loved one, or how am I being coded for this hospital stay? Is it observation, or am I truly admitted into the hospital? So making sure that they're aware of, the fact that how doctors code your loved one while you're in the hospital is a huge factor, especially when those out-of-pocket expenses may creep up down the road. Hospital indemnity plans have some great riders as well. So skilled nursing facility, ambulance, that doesn't require you to be admitted into the hospital, outpatient therapy, outpatient surgical. They also have a cancer lump sum, critical accident, lump sum hospital, and dental and vision. So these are just some examples of some of the riders that the carriers offer when it comes to hospital indemnity plans. Again, you can really tailor this product to fit your client's needs. Now, you may wonder, what does the underwriting look like for a hospital indemnity plan? It is very simple, no MIB, phone interview, no farm check. It's simply yes, no questions on the application. Now, just keep in mind that when you're going through those health questions on the application, that they need to answer those questions truthfully, as you know that they will. But if they happen to go into the hospital shortly thereafter, getting on a hospital indemnity plan, there is a 6-month pre-existing clause. as well as a 2-year contestability period. So that's where maybe the insurance company would dig into the files to make sure that why they're in the hospital is a new condition, or is it something that was prior to them applying and that maybe the application wasn't filled out correctly. So again, just make sure that they have answered all those questions truthfully and to avoid any type of issues in the future. Another great complementary product that clients should pick up. I own one for myself. We're seeing a huge growth in cancer insurance. Unfortunately, because of the amount of people that are being diagnosed with cancer continues to increase. But the great thing with this product is a lump sum benefit. So at the time of diagnosis, then the insurance company will pay out that lump sum dollar amount, and they do vary. There's tons of different options. You can have maybe about a $10,000 benefit all the way up to $300,000 or greater. So you can really tailor that to fit your client's needs. Simplified issue, so short application, no phone interview or medical exam. And really, because it's a lump sum payout directly to the client, they can use that money for anything. So any expenses like deductibles, co-pays, if they need to travel for receiving care or treatment, or maybe they want to take their family on a vacation. I've seen that as well. So there's just a lot of expenses that one does not think about when they are diagnosed with cancer. So having a lump sum payout will definitely help ease their peace of mind from a financial standpoint while they're trying to go through this treatment and get through this cancer. So you may wonder, how much coverage should an individual have or get when it comes to cancer insurance? So here's some key points that we suggest that clients should pick up. So looking at just your overall monthly expenses, your mortgage, your car, if you're working, what are those? How are you going to cover those expenses if you're not able to work, or maybe not able to work full time? How many months of your monthly expenses do you want to cover? 6 months, 1 year, 2 years? So those are definitely questions that to ask your clients. And then also looking at their health insurance. How much is their copays and their deductibles? So adding that in too. Also looking at travel. Do they live in a rural area or do they live in a metropolitan area like Omaha? Omaha has a great cancer facilities here in town that require very little travel in that sense. However, you may be working with a client that has to travel maybe down to MD Anderson in Houston for treatment. Well, you need to take those types of expenses into consideration as well. Maybe it's we're seeing a huge growth in cancer insurance coverage in the senior population. Now, as we know, a lot of grandparents are caregivers and caring for their grandchildren. If that grandparent would become diagnosed with cancer, they then can't care for those grandchildren. And then that, they need to find alternative ways to care for those kids. So again, there's a lot of things that we just don't really think about how this could impact our life, and having a lump sum cancer policy can really, again, provide great peace of mind. There's some additional riders too with the cancer coverage. So there's reoccurrence riders. Another great one to consider when talking with your clients is heart attack and stroke rider. Now, if you have a client who is concerned that they potentially could be diagnosed with cancer in the future, but they also have a family history of heart attack and stroke, then it might be wise for them to pick up a heart attack stroke rider, because if they happen to have a stroke or a heart attack, the policy would pay out based on those conditions. But the policy will still stay in force because they, and the cancer policy will still stay in force. So it's just another great added feature. Also, there's an intensive care benefit rider as well as return of premium. So those are 3 really kind of plans of coverage that coincide and go nicely with traditional Medicare, Medicare Advantage, Medicare supplements. And we've got, tons of technology that we can work with you, and we can show you how to quote, how to apply for coverage for your clients. And thank goodness, that the carriers provide some great technology today. But we can talk with you further as we hone in on exact companies that you want to work with for cross-selling, and so that we've got tons of different options for you. So definitely reach out to us and talk to us about the quoting opportunities that we have. Like I said, we've got multiple platforms for that. So just wanted to conclude and say, we focus on, again, the senior health products, Medicare, supplements, Medicare Advantage, prescription drug plans, as well as the complementary products that we covered here today, dental and vision and hearing, hospital indemnity, as well as cancer. But we also are a full brokerage organization in which we cover and work with all of the lines of business that are listed on the left-hand side of the screen. We've been working with producers since 1979. We have a national presence. We have case managers in-house, as well as an in-house underwriter and market specialist. So we are here to continue, to make you successful, and we want to be a partner with you and to make 2022 a great year. And contact us with any questions at seniorhealth@jetter.com, or give us a call at 800-228-0008, and you can talk to one of our specialists in the senior health team. So I'm going to look at some of the questions. I know there's a few of them that have come in here. We do. I know, Mary, you've got a few questions here in regards to, do you offer a spreadsheet that shows the differences between plans? Do you offer an indemnity plan in case their dental is not in network? So really, yeah, we can hone in and work with you, and specifically to the carriers that offer the various different plans that we discussed here today. And we can provide that list of carriers and really kind of go into all those details that you've asked. And then the last question, which hospital indemnity plan provides guarantee issue? We do have one carrier today. It's a GTL, Guarantee Trust Life, that offers that guarantee issue on their hospital indemnity plan from 64.5 to 65.5. So, but we can definitely get you more specifics on those carriers, as today was just a conversation in a general sense. We work with a lot of carriers that offer these types of coverages. So didn't want to focus on one in particular, but really just talk to you in a general sense, and then work with you individually to see which plan and which carrier is best suited for you and for your clients. But great questions, Mary. We'll make sure and reach out to you to get back to you with those details. Is there any other questions? I see maybe one coming in. Yes, we will be able to give you a recording of this presentation for sure, and send that out to everyone who registered. So appreciate everybody that joined us. And if you have any questions later on today, tomorrow, next week, let us know. We're here to help. And again, let's make 2022 a successful year, and let's have fun with it. So thanks everyone for joining, and we want your feedback. So let us know what you've thought about this webinar series and what you'd like to hear in the future, because we're here to work and serve for you. Thank you, everyone.